Now, most floodlight cameras do one thing really well. They give you a wide, static view of your yard. But when something actually happens, that wide view often isn't enough to tell you who it was or what they were doing. The floodlight camera we're taking a look at today takes a different approach. Instead of just watching motion, it follows it. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Reolink TrackFlex Floodlight WiFi. And the big idea here is pretty simple. Instead of giving you one massive fixed view, this camera will track people, vehicles, and animals. It'll zoom in and keep them in frame. If you see my review of the Reolink Elite Floodlight, think of the differences like this. The Elite Floodlight gives you wide coverage, so you're really not going to miss anything. So the TrackFlex Floodlight gives you dual coverage, both a wide and tight angle, not nearly as wide as the Elite, but still focuses in on the movement. You can really think of it as a TrackFlex is basically one of Reolink's Track's mix cameras combined with a floodlight. So today I'm going to show you how all that plays out in the real world. Hey there neighbors, I'm Ryan the Tech Guy, and welcome back to This Smart House, where we take deep dives into smart home gear. Now, I'd had this TrackFlex floodlight installed for a few weeks here at my house, and it's in a location where I previously ran other floodlight cameras, including the Elite. I've actually used about 5 different floodlight cameras, starting way back with the Ring. So I've got a pretty solid baseline for comparison. One quick note, Reolink did send this camera over for me to review, but as always, the opinions are all my own. So here's a problem most people don't actually realize until after they get the camera installed. A wide-angle camera is great for seeing everything, but you lose a lot of details. You do get motion alerts, but the person is usually tiny in the back part of the frame. You get activity, but no context. And if you have a fixed zoom camera, you can get the details, but that only works if you know where the person is going to be. And in some place like my backyard, somebody can hop the fence at any point. So you lose the awareness of the rest of the scene. And that's what the TrackFlex is promising to solve. Now, if we look at the camera itself, this feels like just a classic Reolink camera. Its housing is solid, weather ready, and rated up to IP66. So rain, snow, and dust aren't really a concern. Now, with most Reolink cameras, their operational temperature range is from about 14 degrees Fahrenheit up to 131, which covers most places, but around here it does get a lot colder than that. And in my experience with Reolink cameras, they typically work just fine below the official minimum, but we are going to put that to the test this week with a huge cold snap here in the Midwest and some snow. So let's take a closer look at the camera system, because that's really where the TrackFlex separates itself from a traditional smart camera. It uses a dual lens system that captures 2 different views at the same time, and then can combine them for tracking in hybrid zoom. It also pans, tilts, and tracks. You also have the option of recording both of these speeds to the camera or an NVR. So starting with the wide-angle lens, this is the lens that's typically watching the wider area. It has a full 4K Ultra HD resolution and can record up to 20 frames per second during the daytime. The lens itself has a 104-degree horizontal field of view. All this is combined with an f1.6 aperture, meaning you get great low light performance. So this wider lens is responsible for the overall awareness of the scene. Then moving to the secondary lens, the telephoto. This is the one that provides the detail. It has a lower resolution of only 1080p Full HD, which is also captured at up to 20 frames per second. Its field of view is only 38 degrees horizontal, giving you that more punched-in look. And it has the same f1.6 aperture, so you get the same responsiveness to low light conditions. So this lens is what allows the camera to zoom in and stay locked in on the subject once motion is detected. Now let's talk about the hybrid zoom. So instead of relying on a digital zoom alone, the TrackFlex actually combines the optical advantage of having the dual lenses with some digital zooming to achieve what they call a 6x hybrid zoom. So in practice, this means you're not just enlarging pixels, you're actually combining the 2 cameras together and then refining the image. Now of course this is a pan and tilt camera, so it's designed to physically move around to follow the activity. It has a pan axis of up to 355 degrees side to side, which means it can almost rotate all the way around, and it can tilt up to 50 degrees up and down. Now the cool thing is it uses the AI detection to automatically identify people, vehicles, and animals, and then physically pan the camera to keep the subject in frame. So unlike other cameras that actually use the cameras to detect motion, this unit has 3 separate passive infrared motion sensors installed on it. This allows it to see the front, left, and right of the camera. So even if the camera is pointed at something you really care about, if there's motion over here, the camera will actually pan automatically. So of course, when you first set the camera up, you can identify your normal monitor position where the camera will sit. This is where all of your settings like setting up zones comes into play. But you can also set up to 64 preset positions so that you can quickly jump to them in the app. And the cool thing is you can have the camera automatically return to the guard position that you originally set up after a period of time. This allows you to have confidence in a fixed area, but also track motion if somebody moves through the scene. So the cool thing here is instead of just reviewing a wide clip and having to figure out what happened, the camera is going to zoom in and follow whatever is happening in the scene. And then you get access to both the live view to figure out what happened, and then a type view to see who it is or maybe what type of animal you're dealing with. So compared to other floodlights like the Elite, where the TrackFlex will actually follow and show you exactly what's happening in the scene. And of course, this isn't just a camera. It's set to replace an existing floodlight. So it's pulling kind of double duty here. So both lighting and night vision really do matter. The TrackFlex Floodlight uses dual adjustable LED panels. These can be rotated and moved to meet your specific installation needs. And these panels put out 3,000 lumens of brightness. And another cool feature that's come over from some of the earlier cameras is the ability to change the color temperature. This allows you to go from 3,000 Kelvin, which is a nice warm scene, all the way up to a cool 6,500. So this way you can match to your existing exterior lighting or tone it down so it doesn't really feel like a staying light every time it turns on. You also have the capability of adjusting the brightness within the app too. And those lights aren't just set to turn on and off, you have a bunch of different options on how to trigger them. You can of course always activate them in the app by pressing the floodlight button at the top. You can have them set to motion activated. You can also have them set to object activated, where it'll only turn on if it detects a person, vehicle, or animal. You can set it to have dusk till dawn lighting, where it turns on automatically at dusk and then turns off at dawn. Or you can set your own custom schedule. This is great because it gives you a lot of flexibility, whether you only want the lights to come on when it's recording something, or if you want to have some extra confidence having light all night long. Now, on the subject of nighttime, you get some options on what the camera does at night. You can either have it set up to do color night vision, which actually turns on the floodlights to capture full color footage, or you can set it to just more of a stealthy mode with infrared night vision. This gives you a little bit longer range of about 30 meters or 100 feet, but of course only records in black and white. And because the camera can track motion, night footage tends to be a little bit more useful than just a static camera. You can actually track that object or zoom in on something in the distance. So if you've gotten any solid information out of today's video, all I ask is that you give it a like and make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you catch all of my review videos and upcoming automations. I'm going to be doing another follow-up video to my Reolink Home Assistant integration video here in the next couple months. So let's talk a little bit more about the smart features in AI. This is where the software really starts to matter. And a lot of the Reolink cameras have had these features for quite a few years. So the TrackFlex supports onboard AI detection, which means without any other services, the camera can itself detect people, vehicles, and animals. This cuts way down on false alerts and can remove all those annoying notifications for things like shadows, rain, or blowing trees. And then when you combine that with the physical tracking, these alerts become a lot more actionable. So you can get a notification that says person detected, and you just don't lose them at the end of the scene. It'll follow them completely around the tracking area of the camera. As I mentioned before, you can set up detection zones, alert schedules, and adjust all the different sensitivities for the onboard AI. So you really have the option of tuning the camera for your various use cases. Like mine looks at a road, and so by default, every time a car would drive by, the lights would turn on. But I went in and was able to exit that area of the road so it doesn't trigger automatically. Now, one of the newer features here that wasn't available on previous generations of cameras is what they call AI video search. This lets you go in and do a text search of your recorded footage using simple descriptions, things like delivery person or blue shirt, instead of scrubbing through timelines manually. And all that processing is done locally on the device, so your footage isn't being sent off to the cloud just to find the event. Now, it's still an early access feature, but once it becomes fully developed, I think it'll be much more useful. And of course, sometimes you just don't want to record the scene, you want to scare people off. So for deterrence, like other Reolink cameras, you can use a speaker as a 110 decibel siren, and it also supports both two-way audio and custom voice warnings. You can set all these up to trigger automatically based on the detection type, or activate them manually from the app. So together with the floodlight, this gives you both passive and active deterrence options for both people and animals, instead of just relying on the recording alone. Now, like most modern cameras, it does have two-way audio, meaning you can talk to somebody, but depending on where it's mounted, it might not be that usable. But it is nice because you can hear what's going on in the scene, but you do have to turn it on because it's not on by default. Now, the TrackFlex Floodlight supports dual-band Wi-Fi 6. This means that you can run it on both 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz networks. That's great for busy neighborhoods because I find my 2.4 GHz networks completely full around here. So in practice, that means faster initial connections and more stable streaming. Plus, if you switch to the 5 GHz, you get higher bandwidth. This is especially important if you're going to be taking that video footage and storing it on an NVR. Now for power, this is designed to be a hardwired floodlight camera. So typically, you're going to replace an existing older exterior light with this. Now it runs on AC mains power, and it can range from 100 volts up to 240. So there are no batteries to maintain or recharge. And that constant power source is a big part of why the tracking is fast and reliable. The camera doesn't have to go into a low power sleep state to save on batteries. So if you already have a junction box or a floodlight or exterior light is installed, this is a direct replacement. Mine also came with a long power cord with leads at the end. And there is a pass-through gland on the back of the unit itself, in case you need to wire it into a plug. And you have the option of both installing on a wall or an eave. And I really like that Reolink has improved the installation experience with this one. They've included some embedded terminals inside of the top of the unit for easier wire connection. But because my installation location is a little bit tricky, I went ahead and used Wago-style connectors. This way, when I'm hanging off the side of my deck, I can install it much quicker. Now, the camera does have the option of USB-C power, but that's only for setup. It allows you to power on the cameras and test things, but it is not intended for long-term use. But this is great because you can set it up indoors before you get it installed up in a high location. And like most other Reolink cameras, you have a whole plethora of storage options. This includes an option for a micro SD card that can support up to a 512 GB card. You can use one of the Reolink NVRs or home hubs, or you can roll your own system using FTP or direct NAS recording. Plus, it also supports RTSP and ONVIF streaming. And of course, there's no required subscription fees. So all these options work locally, giving you the flexibility depending on how much footage you actually want to retain and how you already manage your video in your smart home. I've got mine tied into my Frigate system, which I've got a video coming out here very shortly on. And of course, if you know me, I love things that integrate into Home Assistant. And the TrackFlex is no exception to this. Like all other Reolink cameras, it has a fantastic integration with Home Assistant. This exposes all the AI detection binary sensors, motion states, and lets you control the pan-tilt zoom of the camera. You can also control the floodlight and siren. This is great because I can set it up to disable alerts when my kids are outside, enable tracking only at night, or trigger other lights or other cameras when motion is detected. This turns your camera into part of your smart home, not just a standalone device. So very similar to my Track Mix camera on the front of my house, I find the tracking being pretty reliable and consistent. Alerts trigger quickly, and the camera does a good job of staying locked onto the subjects as they move around. I really like the integration of the passive infrared sensors in order to not miss things if the camera happens to be looking the other way. Now quickly, let's talk about the most important topic, pricing. The pricing of the TrackFlex is pretty much in line with other premium floodlight cameras. Its standard listed price is $260 US, but occasionally it's on sale, like right now, for $239. Compared to other options from Ring or Arlo, you might be paying a little bit more, but you also have to remember that there's no subscription requirements. Plus, you get flexible storage and better local control. All this means this camera is going to last a lot longer and not need to be put to the side for a newer model. So the real question for me really isn't the price, it's what style of coverage you want. If you have an existing floodlight or outdoor lighting fixture that you want to replace with a camera, then this is a super easy option. If you're going to have to wire it in, then maybe you want to look at another option, something that has solar powered but also can use LED lights. I think for most homeowners, this is going to be a great drop-in replacement. So all in all, you're going to choose a camera like this if you care about identification. If you want motion followed instead of just recorded, and you want better context around the alerts you get on your phone. So for my setup and installation location, I think the TrackFlex is a great option. But all in all, it comes down to your use case. If you do have any questions, or I missed any details, please leave them down in the comments below. I really do try to answer every question that's asked. If you do want to compare the TrackFlex to Reolink's other cameras, I have an entire playlist up here, which includes the Elite Floodlight and the TrackFlex PoE camera. And if you're trying to decide which one of these cameras to pick up, again, drop a comment. I'm more than happy to help. And another thank you goes out to Reolink for sending the camera over for me to check out. And if you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed. That way you don't miss any more of my follow-up reviews and automations. Thank you for making it this far, and I'll see you on the next video.